Penalty checks with the bench. Gets a solid block on the right side, angling one down deep near the 25-yard line and hauled in by Shaq Evans.
Now that's a snap. The defensive coordinator, Scotty Hazelton of Nevada, is going to wish he has back. He hardly brings pressure all game, hardly plays man coverage, does there one-on-one. Look, Shaq Evans, he's going to win at the line of scrimmage. He's one of the best players in the country, and I understand Nevada thinks they got one of their best defenders covering him in their cornerback, but it's Shaq Evans over there. Wouldn't be shocked if he threw a back shoulder.
That's the short side of the field. He gets a man pulling in front. He runs off the pulling guard and lunges into the end zone. Touchdown UCLA, and the big line was moving that time. Big block thrown in there to lead the way for Brett Hundley and his second rushing touchdown of the evening.
Well, you wonder, how are they going to replace Jonathan Franklin in the run game? Well, you keep following Xavier Suafilo, and you give the ball to your stud athlete, Brett Hundley, and he does what he's been doing up front.
Chase, Tenpenny back to punt. Hard rush. Ball blocked. Fluttering into the end zone. Bouncing back. Recovered by UCLA and into the end zone for a touchdown. How about that? Philip Rule, the fullback, alertly tracks down the ball as it had been deflected high into the air, kicked back into the end zone, and then bounced back into the field of play. Rule followed it all the way. Watch again.
They teach you to put your hands under your eyes, and that's exactly what Kenny Orgioki does as he makes an incredible play on special teams, totally turning spot throws. It's hard for any zone defense to play well. Then you're forced to play in man, which we're seeing on this snap right here by Nevada.
Throw under the coverage, caught by Fuller, foot race, diving into the end zone. Was he over the goal line with the ball? He was, and a touchdown. Some outstanding downfield blocks. Fuller slanting across and extending into the end zone.
Penalty. Bringing it back, it looks like.
So Terry Layden brings it back to the 45-yard line of Nevada. Maybe those downfield blocks weren't that good. Back to throw is Hundley. Zeroes in, and they come right back with a long gainer.
Now, we're going to talk about this throughout the rest of the ball game, but the mental fortitude, the resiliency of this team to not allow a terrible penalty, which takes away a touchdown, to knock them down is impressive. And they started in training camp, Kevin. They went and worked with the Navy SEALs for the first 2 days of training camp, went down to San Diego, got 2 days of work in. I think you see a more mentally resilient team this year.
Pick up a 19. They hand off to James. He's going to run into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins. They come right back after the penalty. Pushes them to the 45 with 2 plays. A catch by Jalen Ortiz. His first catch as a big-time college player. Freshman from Peoria, Arizona. Sets it up for Jordan James, who's been money for the Bruins. 26 yards for the touchdown.
Well, you got to love what this team does athletically, finding James underneath. Athletic player.
Heisman Trophy. He said there's absolutely no way I'm going to do that. Let his play speak for itself. Now, if Hundley can go into places like Nebraska and Oregon and play well there, he will certainly get the attention that he needs.
You know, Joe, I think that's what's beautiful about the Pac-12. I don't think you really need to do that in this conference. You know, you're going to get exposed. Every game's on TV.
Handoff up the middle. A rampage. Paul Perkins turning on the Jets in space and just got to the goal line and dragged down at the 2-yard line over there, expressing himself out there with all kinds of room in front of him. 45-yard rumble. Marcus Smith finally dragged him down.
I hope they give it to him again, see if he can finish it off in the end zone.
Here's the handoff to Perkins, and he works his way up near the goal line. Touchdown, Perkins and UCLA.
You know, when you go inside the head of a player, they're going into week 1. Everybody thinks they're going to make a lot of plays. And when you look at Perkins right now, he's kind of waited and waited all game, and he got his opportunity, made the most with a long run. And right here, he's saying, I'm getting to the end zone. I know I probably should have scored earlier as UCLA finishes up. And this team at any one time could have 3 former quarterbacks in the field, and Fuller, Darius Bell, who was targeted earlier, and clearly Brett Hundley.
Fuller in motion. Hundley dumps it off. This is to Malcolm Jones. Malcolm Jones in the end zone. Perkins runs for a touchdown, and now Malcolm Jones follows with a 25-yard burst.
Well, you always love to give credit to the big guys, but that was all Malcolm Jones. The offensive line didn't get out in front of him on the screen. He avoids a defender, makes an easy one-cut. That reminds you a little bit of the National Gatorade Player of the Year a couple years ago coming out of high school. His story is a unique. Bowling didn't get it, but they circled back a couple years later, and here they are trying to win a championship in Mountain West.
Nevada to punt, and fielded with room to go is Shaq Evans, knocked down at the 34-yard line, and that's where Neuheisel will take over for the UCLA Bruins.
A lot of athletic receivers in this conference that also return. Marquise Lee, we saw Thursday night in Hawaii. Shaq Evans is a name you're going to want to continue to get to know. He's got an incredible burst, and he runs with a certain strength that not a lot of wide receivers have around the country. Mazzoni all of a sudden changed this offense. He's going to operate the system, and he's going to move the ball down the field.
Look at this pass thrown on a dime, beautifully thrown along the near sideline. Logan Sweet makes the catch and was out of bounds just inside the 1-yard line.
I think what I love the most about this, after Jerry Neuheisel completes it, he just gives the old Jordan fist pump. Doesn't get too excited, places it beautifully out of bounds, exactly where we want to put the football. Doesn't get too high, doesn't get too low. Always been an even-keeled young man, and showcasing in his play on the field. He's playing that exact same wheel, or same feel as they're knocking on the end zone.
And you see him take charge here. Hands off to Malcolm Jones, who's on his feet and into the end zone for another rushing touchdown.
You know, Kevin, football, you put in so much, you know, for only 12, 13, maybe 14 opportunities. And when you get a chance to play and showcase and express yourself on this incredible field in front of these amazing fans at the Rose Bowl, it's something special. And Malcolm Jones clearly recognized